Jake Ludington here at HPE Discover, and I'm here with Neil MacDonald. And in London, in December, you guys announced Synergy.
Yep.
Which is kind of the big piece of Composable coming to market. And I understand that you've got some pre-release customers now that are using it here 6 months later. And I'm curious if you could talk about what you're seeing from those customers now that they've actually got it in their hands and are doing some deployment.
Well, it's really exciting to be at the point where we have product in our customers' hands, in their data centers, and they are having the opportunity to see some of the benefits that we're bringing to bear with Synergy as the industry's first composable infrastructure. The benefits we're trying to deliver are enabling them to be much more efficient in the management of their infrastructure through the life cycle, to be able to deploy much more rapidly new infrastructure into their environment, and ultimately take advantage of that to enable more apps and services to be developed more quickly. So here this week, we've had Dish, we've had Hudson Alpha, we've had Qualcomm sharing with other customers some of their initial experiences with the Synergy release product that they have in their hands right now.
So can you give me an example of like something that they're, the kind of the feedback that they're giving?
Well, the first thing that they're seeing is that when it comes time to actually deploy infrastructure, taking advantage of the software-defined intelligence and the fluid resource pools within Synergy, they're able to greatly reduce the amount of effort they put in and deploy much more rapidly the new infrastructure that they bring into their environment. But they're also having an opportunity to see the flexibility that we have to support a wide range of different workloads, both physical workloads and bare metal container workloads, as well as virtualized loads on the infrastructure. So they're very excited about what it's going to do for them with their operational efficiency and help them go focus more resources on innovation and in supporting their lines of business rather than being trapped keeping the plumbing running on an infrastructure and having to invest so much time in deploying infrastructure manually.
So one of the things that I'm curious about with Composable is almost as much the decomposition factor of tearing things down. Are you getting any feedback yet around people being able to bring resources up and down quickly and recapturing those resources?
Absolutely, because one of the challenges historically has been that standing up infrastructure, particularly physical infrastructure or the underlying physical infrastructure below virtualization workloads, has been quite a painful thing to do. It's been a project, which means that once it was up and it was running, there was very little interest in biting off another project to reconfigure it and change it to something else. But there are lots and lots of workloads in enterprise environments that are very variable, that are very bursty, they're periodic. They're to do with some particular business process or the seasonality of customer behavior, or even cycles where resources could be used for analytics purposes when they're not being consumed for online work by employees. And what we're seeing now with the automation that we have in the physical deployment of the infrastructure, we can actually give the flexibility of changing and flipping back and forth how the infrastructure is deployed. Because it's not so painful, because you have the ease and the speed with which you can do it, you can actually move resources back and forth. And we heard that this week from Hudson Alpha in the work that they're doing in, for example, their genomic sequencing, where they have a wide variety of different workloads with different resource requirements at different times as they work through their process. So they've been exploring how to take advantage of that with Synergy and opening up some different approaches to how they run their operations, which is really exciting to see.
That is pretty exciting. So are there any other things that you would want people to know that these three kind of pre-release customers have learned so far?
Well, I think the key thing is that everybody is struggling to get faster and more efficient within IT operations. And the hardware lifecycle management is a part of that challenge. And with a composable infrastructure, with the fluid pools and getting away from micromanaging individual devices and thinking more about the pools of resource, and the software-defined intelligence that we wrap around those pools, you can become much more efficient in deploying and lifecycle managing your infrastructure, and you can shorten your cycle time for standing up new applications and services. And that's a really exciting thing to see companies getting the chance to do.
Everybody wants to shorten their deployment times.
Absolutely.
So. All right, thanks, Neil.
Thank you.